Oh, hey. Welcome to Dirty Brushin, the one show on TV that's technically not on TV. I'm your host, Jonathan Jernigan, and today we're painting Star Wars. Everything that's in the final product, I'm going to show you how to do on this blank canvas right over here. Our first step is we're going to take our big brush and we are going to dip it into our yellow paint and maybe even scoop up just a little bit of that white. And then we're going to start off by kind of going right across the horizon line, just like that. And then once you have the area nice and filled in, use long brush strokes that go across the entire space. And then without rinsing the brush out, you're going to start dipping into your yellow and then scooping up just a little bit of red. And you're going to start above the previous color. And you're just going to work your way down into that yellow until you can't tell where one color starts and the next one ends. And again, you can add as much red as you want to. And just working it down into that yellow. If I have to, scooping up just little bits of yellow. Just really working it in there. Up here, stays nice and wet because the next color we're going to be adding is just a little bit of blue. Looks good on the sky. And a little white. So that way, up here, and sometimes you may have to dip into the water, tap it on the side of the cup, and just use that wet bristles. And once I have all those colors in there, I'm just going to lightly just kind of run that brush. And again, if you have to add just a little bit more water to the brush, just be careful because if you add too much water, it will start to drip. And then the very last color that I'm going to scoop in there is just a tad bit of that black paint. Just to fill in the remaining area. But just remember, whenever your background is relatively the way you want it, the best thing you can do is just stop touching it. Overworking your painting can be just as bad as not doing enough, and you're going to mess up all the good work you already did. So just kind of take a break. Like I said, do whatever you do to relax and unwind while the paint dries. Oh yeah! Alright, so something else you can do while you're waiting for the background to dry off is you can start to add some of the stars. Now, if you tuned into the last episode, you have a jump on how to do this. But basically, instead of drying your brush out, you want to mix it around in the side of your white paint until it gets that real soupy consistency. Man, dango, talking about painting dango colors and talking about Mona Lisa smile, man, dango. And you're going to take your brush, you're going to run your finger across the top of your brush just like that and just gently just bend those bristles kind of back and forth. And just paint as many or as few stars as you want to. What is Star Wars without stars? Do you believe in love after love after love after love after love? Okay, so now that the background is completely dried, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint the sun. Because this, after all, is a sunset. Oh, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night! For right now, I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to dip in for just the white paint for right now. And you can pick wherever you want the sun to go. I'm going to put mine about right here. And again, it's just a little half circle. Any excess brush strokes we're going to clean up with the water. Alright, so our next phase is we're going to be painting the actual water, filling in the rest of the canvas. Now for that, I'm just going to use a combination of our blue, green, and white. And you can dip into any order, just don't mix it on the plate, mix it right on the canvas. And like I said, there's a lot of action going on over this water, so we want it to be relatively kind of choppy. And like I said, we want to start the wave right over here, and it's going to be kind of coming up this way. And now you want to be just like Harry Styles and go in one direction. Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Towards the top. And that'll be kind of how you get all that break in the water. Now, I'm just, again, dipping into the colors. I'm not mixing them on the plate. That's how I get these little color changes right here. So when you want to come in, just fill in even more. A couple spots up here. Again, you can add little bits of green too. Or if you want this to be in Galveston, you can add brown. It's up to you. For the most part, I'm just holding the brush sideways like that, and I'm just going from side to side, just like that, and letting those choppy brush strokes just fill in all that negative space. Again, you're just going back and forth. So maybe a few waves kind of coming up this way. And if you want to add some seafoam, you're just lightly kind of tapping some white along the top. Remember too, with this, the lighter you tap, the more gaps you have in the bristles. And the more foamy it looks. Again, don't overwork it on this step. This can kind of really make it look fake. Again, if you want to add a little bit of black in the corner. Now, you do want to make sure that, again, that the background is completely dry, but TIE fighters, the reason why it's going to be in front is because they're way easier to draw. Basically, it's just a hexagon. You want to make sure, start off with, like I said, the side of one, and you want to make sure the lines are parallel, which means they run in the same direction here and here. And then from there, all you have to do is just draw lines that come out here. And again, you can always fix it if it doesn't quite hit the spot. And then once you have one drawn on there, you can easily do the second. And again, these two lines are going to be parallel. Start with the outside lines. And even the one down here. And then you just draw the connecting lines. And then once you have your two hexagons drawn in, you actually want to go ahead and draw in where your pilot would be. So just a little circle. You can have a little kind of branch kind of coming off this to where it connects it. And this is going to be there's going to be another circle right there. And that's your basic design. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to put your X where it loves to be, right in the center of everything. And it's the same thing. Just connect. And then you're going to go ahead and fill in these sections individually with 50 shades of gray, which just means mix in black and white at kind of your discretion based on how dark or light you want this stuff to turn out. Again, I'm just going section by section. And again, it's the same thing on the other side. Just keep in mind, if you went light on this side, you want to go a little bit darker on this side. Because our light source is going to be the sun over here. Again, while I'm filling this in, let's cut to some chickens I'm raising in my backyard.
Hey, let me film you. Come here, let me film you.
I like raising chickens. Didn't think I would. Can't all raise tigers. Now, once you have the two sides kind of all nice and filled in, we're going to go ahead and put a nice little border around the whole thing, clean everything up, just so that it looks a little bit smoother. And again, you want to make it as light or as dark as you want to. I'm kind of just dipping into a couple colors. That way, again, I'm going to start off with these right here through the middle. Add a different color. And just a little bit more black so it shows up. Outside. And then again, you just want a little end cap kind of right over here. Using whatever colors you want to. Alright, now to add these little rebel fighters, what you want to do is you want to take your smallest brush, and I'm just kind of stroking it into that black paint. And again, they're they're X-wing fighters, so again, the keyword there is the letter X. So you just draw a simple little letter X. And if you want, slowly kind of build the front of the ship like that. And then you can just put little accents on the ship if you want to. And for one that's way off in the distance, all you need is just a little X. And you can put as many as you want to. You can just build the front of the ship, and then you have to thicken out these sides right here. Alright, so the very last step is we're going to be having some of our rebel fighters shooting at this TIE fighter. Now the easiest way to do it is you want to kind of use some of your red paint. Just like a marksman, you want to line your shot up. This one is the closest TIE fighter, or sorry, this one's the closest X-Wing fighter. So it's going to be shooting from this gun right here, and it's going to be coming kind of straight, kind of at the TIE fighter. You can be kind of shooting too. I think to kind of brighten them up a little bit, just lightly kind of come in and highlight it just a little bit. Thank y'all for tuning in to yet another episode of Dirty Brushin'. I am your host, Jonathan Jernigan, and this was a lot of fun. Tune in next week, we'll be painting something. I don't quite know what it is yet. Probably flowers or some shit, but you know, we'll figure it out. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much, and I just